Good morning, everyone. I'm Hamal Khan, and I'm here with Patrick Hewen. And today we will be discussing how the TAC needs to introduce a strategy to help improve the illegal use of mobiles and other distractions while driving. We are primarily focused on our age group of 36 to 64, and we aim to reduce the number of casualties related to distractions while driving. Through research conducted by the TAC, we have concluded that drivers are 10 times more at risk of crashing if they are texting, browsing, emailing on their mobile phones. And despite this, 1/3 of drivers admit to using their phones illegally while driving. And on the other hand, 1/3 of pedestrians admit to looking at their phone while crossing the road. A dangerous statistic indeed. Though it is important to notice that distractions are not just limited to the mobile phone. They could come through GPS devices, passengers, or eating, and it could all stop you from focusing on the road, increasing the risk of a crash. I will now pass on to Patrick Hewen, who will discuss the results from the survey on our target market. Patrick, on to you.
Thanks, Yamal. Middle-aged singles with no kids between the ages of 35 to 64 would be considered the most experienced on the road. However, due to our research, there has shown that aspects of lifestyle and media habits may be underlying factors of accidents on the road. From our primary research, we asked 12 questions to 20 individuals that range from 35 to 64 years old. The questions varied from media choice, perceptions, current life status, and their overall road user journey. These answers have helped identify the main characteristics of our age group. Based on our questions, we have outlined that 75% of middle-aged singles worked full-time, where they all used a car to get to work. This percentage of individuals also lived alone, driving and being independent as an influence to their driving habits. They spend most of their time either at work or socializing face-to-face or on social media, as we've seen that 45% of participants use Facebook as their main source of social media, where 45% spend 4 to 5 hours on social medias a day. Although the individuals are single, they're still open to the idea of finding a partner, as our survey shows that 40% of the people surveyed desire having a relationship with a partner. This conclusion shows that middle-aged singles are engaged in full-time work that require them to constantly be aware of their career, which may require them to answer calls and emails not during work hours. This may be in the car or on the way home. Not only are they distracted by phone calls, but also mentally as they carry responsibility as they are single. This could be a contribution to them being distractions while on the road. Concluding this, singles are solely responsible for their actions. Back to you.
Thank you, Patrick, for that concise explanation. I will now go on to the market research. And as stated by the TAC, drivers are 10 times more at risk of crashing if they are texting, browsing, emailing, or on their mobile phones. And additionally, they also have recorded that 32% of 40 to 60-year-olds use their phones illegally. Here are some graphs and figures to properly explain this numerically, which is truly dangerous. Now, moving on, we have the situational analysis. Now, there are 4 types of situational influences. There is communication, there is purchase, there is usage, and lastly, there is disposal. And now, as we've discovered, our age group use their mobile phones while driving, which correlates to the communication element, as this individual may be speaking to someone on the phone or texting. They could have someone else in the car with them whom they're talking to. They could have distraction noise as well, such as music, radio, other voices in the car, or outside noise, such as sirens and construction, etc., resulting in the driver being heavily disturbed. This could link to our age group, as they may be spending the majority of their car ride listening to said radio or on the phone with their mates, or they're alone in the car. They may turn to these things as a comforting feeling while driving. Now, secondly, we have purchase. Now, purchase is the second situational influence, and this corresponds to the driver being in a hurry or focused on getting somewhere at a certain time, and this may interfere with the behavior of the driver and cause them to speed, be distracted, not concentrated, not thinking straight, and potentially get into a life-threatening accident. This correlates to our age group, as they have a responsibility to work and make their own money. Therefore, they will be more inclined to work harder, be more focused on work, and putting pressure on them to get to work quicker, which could result in an accident through speeding. And now, thirdly, we have usage. Now, usage is the third situation and it connects with the individual's intention to drive. Whether it's for work or for pleasure, this could interfere with the way the individual drives as they may be in a rush in the morning for work, but less stressed when driving on a Sunday to lunch. This allows for experience on the road to be very different for a various amount of reasons, such as this relates to our age group as they are able to use their car for strictly work reasons, such as going to emergencies or going to work, or for pleasure reasons, such as lunch or going out with some friends, as they don't have any other commitment other than themselves. Now, lastly, we have disposal. Now, disposal refers to trade in or before, after the next purchase. This could point out the individual's way to continuously upgrade their cars for reasons such as safer cars, newer, or keep up with trends. As our age group is 35 to 64, it will be more common to trade in or purchase a newer car as they are more stable financially, as they're working people and they won't have as much responsibility as individuals with children or partners because they're single. Now, here we have, and now on to our strategy development and execution. The strategy to create exposure, alter perception, and modify the behaviors of our intended target audience, we needed some way to get the message out there successfully and strongly. And so we decided why not use the most popular way of advertising one's product or business, or in our case, a message, which is social media. We did a little research, and as seen in the graph below, social media, Facebook is the most popular platform to sell a businesses use to sell their products and marketing. And we thought that that's a brilliant idea. Where else would we do it? And it fits into our age bracket as well as 35 to 64 middle-aged singles. That's where they hang out, Facebook. And yeah, we just thought it's a good idea. I'm Amal Khan.
I'm Patrick Hun.
This is Channel 9, and have a wonderful afternoon. We'll see you next time.